Hey there, Cancers. Welcome to your October 2019 General Love Reading. It's Keaghan. If you are returning and you've watched my videos before, welcome back. It's good to see you. I hope you've been doing well. I've missed you. And if you're new here, hey there. It's nice to meet you, and I hope that you enjoy this reading. I'm going to do some of the quick disclaimers here at the top of the video. I had stopped doing these, but I've had a lot of new subscribers to the channel, so I just want to get back in the habit of saying these things. This is a general love reading for the sign of Cancer. That is Cancer, Sun, Moon, Venus, and rising signs. Crosswatchers, you're welcome here, but watch videos as a crosswatcher at your own risk. The other thing about general readings is don't get caught up on genders. If I'm talking about kings and queens, that could be male or female. I'm talking about energy. Everyone has masculine and feminine energy in them. Take what resonates, leave the rest. Energies can be reversed. I think those are all the disclaimers that I need to give you. So with that being said, Cancers, I sat down earlier, shuffled the cards, tried to tune into you guys. I really didn't get much. So I think I'm just going to let the cards decide what part of the collective this reading is for. I'm really not getting tuned into you guys, and I'm curious as to why that is. But we will take a look and see what the cards have to say. I'm going to go ahead and just switch you guys over to that camera really quickly. Okay, I'm going to do a cut. All right, Cancers, let's jump in here and see what is going on. I'm going to actually adjust this light a little bit bright there. Okay. So Cancers, right here, bottom of the deck, let's take a look and see what we have going on. We have the 5 of coins coming out upright. I want to take 3 or 4 cards just right off the top here. Whew. All right, Cancers, no wonder you guys did not have a lot to say. This is it's a heavy way to kick off the reading. Just going to put that right there. We're going to go through and pull some more cards. And then I do have some other decks that we'll clarify with. Those, again, were pre-shuffled. I'll shuffle them a little bit more before I use them. Okay, well, Cancers, let's just talk about this. You have the 5 of coins coming out. From the bottom of the deck is the overall energy here. You know, I don't even think that this summarizes the overall energy, honestly, as I'm looking at the cards. I really think all of these bottom cards are the vibe and the energy of what's going on here. So you actually have the 5 of coins, you have the 5 of cups, and you have the 10 of wands. So clearly something here has come to some very emotional ending, and it's left you feeling like you have been tossed aside and abandoned. I'm really getting a lot of abandonment here. Someone that you felt that you could trust, someone that you felt that you could depend on, someone that at one point in time you really did have a lot of compassion from and you had a lot of connection with. I feel like this person is represented here by this King of Wands. That's sort of the vibe, the energy that I'm picking up on. I just don't want to go talk about these 2 cards just yet too in depth because I want to pull some clarifiers here. You are really stuck on this. It's very interesting how these cards came out because 5 of Cups energy is the card that speaks to, you know, crying over spilled milk, looking back on things, having lots of regret, focused on the failure, focused on the disappointment of everything. It's a very pessimistic energy. This 5 of coins is a very hurt, painful, abandoned type of energy coming from this card. If you look at this card closely, you can see the person in this 5 of cups is literally looking back at this 5 of coins energy. And I feel like that is absolutely the space that the Cancers that I'm going to read for in this reading, that's the vibe of what they are feeling. You also have the 10 of wands here, which is upright. This is one of the cards, honestly, that whether it's upright or reversed, it really is energetic for me about what other cards are around it in terms of how I interpret it. But with these 2 5s being here, this 10 to me doesn't necessarily feel like it's screaming a lot of completion or something being closed out. It really does feel more like it's that energy of this card of really having the weight of the world on your shoulders, having having to feel the brunt, feel the weight of this that happened. And it's heavy. It's hard for you. And it feels like it's getting to the point, honestly, Cancer, where you're realizing that you don't know how much longer you can carry this. And what's interesting is, as I'm doing the reading and trying to tune in a little bit more to you guys, I think for some of you, when I say you're not sure how much longer you can do it, for some of you, I'm actually talking about an active relationship with this King of Wands reversed. And the vibe here is that you're just starting to realize that this isn't what you thought it was. You're realizing that this person doesn't care for you in the same way that you care for them, that you're very often the one who is making the sacrifices, the one who has to compromise, and you're very often, your needs are neglected, your needs are not taken into consideration, your needs are not focused upon. And you're looking at the regret that you have for the amount of time that you've spent in this relationship, and you're nearing the point of realizing you can't deal with this anymore, and that you're going to have to have some sort of closeout. For others of you, this relationship is one that has ended fairly recently. I would say that means this year, during 2019, this relationship has come to an end at some point during the year. And you're at a point where you're realizing you just can't continue to maintain an emotional connection, because you're starting to realize that you're so focused on the past, you're so focused on this that happened with this person, that you've gotten yourself stuck. And I just literally saw the little crab finally coming out and starting to explore. You've gotten tired of being a little hermit crab. You've gotten tired of it, and you're ready to start exploring your life in a different way, and being out there and being fun loving and loving and caring and reconnecting with other relationships that you have with friends, and being open. I don't feel that there's a huge exploration right now in terms of trying to find another relationship, but I do feel that you are actually starting to become a little bit open to the idea. I'm saying that because of the Star card here, which has come out. This card is all about healing and spirituality, rebuilding things. I don't feel a rebuilding with this energy, just to be honest with you. I feel like this is rebuilding of yourself, but there is a lot of hope. This card feels very hopeful to me, and that is where I want to start exploring a little bit more with this deck. I'm just going to shuffle through. I'm going to push these cards over here because, again, I feel like this is our past energy. I'm actually not going to explore this King of Wands. I don't really care to. I don't want to focus on the person who caused you pain. I don't want to focus on that ending. I want to take a look here at the Star card and focus on this energy, this hopeful energy, see what we can find out about it, and then start looking more towards like what you can do to continue healing, what you can do to, move forward in the path towards the future. I also just feel like for most of you, you're going to be okay with that, because again, in both of these situations, because you do have this 10, I think that you're wanting to let this be. You're wanting to heal this, leave it where it is, move on from it. So that's what we're going to do with this reading. So let's take a look at the Star card. Clarify the Star card for Cancer, October 2019. That card literally was like standing up like this when I saw it, and then fell this way. So I'm going to take it this way. 7 of Cups here. Coming out upright, this is actually really good. I think that you're realizing, Cancer, that you have a lot of opportunities. And I think that that's absolutely, I think that's representative of having lots of romantic opportunities, having people who are interested in potentially being with you, being in a... Like, I'm not necessarily getting like being in a relationship, but I think that what you're realizing, Cancer, is that you have a lot of people who could keep you occupied. You have a lot of people who could pay attention to you, do fun activities with you. It doesn't necessarily have to be one person. Like you're realizing you can be out there and be active and do, some events with this person, some events with this person. You can do some activities with another person. If you don't want to be by yourself at home, you could have a friend over for dinner one night. You could have a potential date over to watch a movie the next night. You could hang out with several friends for a game. You're just realizing that you have lots of different ways to keep yourself occupied, is what I'm feeling here with this Seven of Cups. Let's see what else wants to come out just around the Star card. If we have... No, I thought one had flipped, but it hadn't. Okay, so here, King of Cups coming out reversed. Yeah, this fits, Cancer. This, the King of Cups, this is the king of the water signs. With it being reversed, what I really feel here is that I don't necessarily think this is a person. I think this is representing your energy, Cancer. And I don't necessarily get a lot of negative energy off of this, especially since it's with the Star card and it's a clarifier for that. I think right now what's happening is you're just focused and you're dealing with your own inner feelings. You're healing those things internally. And as a result of that, your feelings outwardly, they've been a bit cut off. But I think that as you're moving into this hopeful energy and you're reconnecting with other people and you're realizing you have lots of opportunities. And what I'm also getting from this card is that it's not even about just ample opportunities in terms of relationships and connections. You just have a lot of opportunities. I think for some of you, you are realizing that you could do something totally different with your life overall. You could change careers. You could change your location. You could do lots of things in your life to really shake it up and make it feel new. And also, I think a lot of you are in a space of thinking you might need something new. You might actually need to explore some new opportunity, some new possible path, because that will be a way to force yourself to move on from this. It feels very much like you're thinking about all the different ways that, and it doesn't feel like distraction. It doesn't feel like you're trying to distract yourself from dealing with this. It's more that you're dealing with this and you're ready for it to close out. It's not quite there yet, but you're realizing that that next step, or that final step in the process of being done with this for good, is to quite literally walk away from it. I wouldn't be shocked at all if we saw the Eight of Cups come out, because I just feel I'm picking up on that vibe for you guys. I just want to see what's on the bottom of the deck here. Wheel of Fortune, it's reversed. I want to clarify that, actually. I put it here, but that doesn't feel right. It feels like it's sort of in this energy. Let's clarify this and see what comes out with it before I talk about it too much. Clarify the Wheel of Fortune in reverse for Cancer. Yeah, Devil coming out on its side. Let's see if anything else wants to come out here. Yeah. Lots of stuff wanting to come out about this Wheel of Fortune, because it feels very, actually there are a couple of cards here underneath this Devil. Underneath the Devil, you have the Page of Coins. That's very interesting. I'm going to leave those cards sort of together. You have the Seven of Coins here reversed with the Seven of Wands also reversed. Yikes. Well, I'm sorry. I'm a little bit stunned by the turn here. What happened? Cancers. I thought with the Star card and this choices here, you guys were in a good space, but then we have this stuff, okay? This is taking a turn. So again, this King of Cups, I don't feel, again, like this represents any other person. This feels very much, Cancer, like your energy. You do have this vibe that I was talking about. Whatever this ending, whatever this past thing with this King of Wands, obviously this King of Wands is the other person. I'm getting a vibe from this devil that this devil might actually be a third person here. That's why I want to just leave these here on their sides where they are. We're going to talk a little bit about these sevens. Okay. So 2 cards here, which really carry a lot of heaviness, especially this 7 of Wands. This just represents being totally overwhelmed by a situation, exhausted, worn down, worn out, over it, ready to give up. And then you have the 7 of Coins also coming out reversed, and this speaks to a situation where there's not a lot of possibility for something having a long-term success, really not having a lot in terms of there being good that you get out of efforts that you put in. It's both of these just feel very limited in scope, and this Wheel of Fortune here reversed, this vibe that I'm getting here, and I'm saying this because you have this Page of Coins. In these readings, I really tend to, sometimes if it feels like it is drawn to work or career, I'll read the Coins or the Pentacles in that way. I'll try to read them in terms of connection to money or career. This doesn't feel this way. This feels like communication to me. It feels like fairly serious communication, but I don't know how much you can trust this. With this card coming out on its side like this, with the Devil also coming out on its side, this is another person. I just feel it energetically. I'm going to clarify this Devil card, and then I think I might switch decks because I don't want to. I just want to see if anything else wants to come out from this deck as a clarifier. Okay. Okay. 10 of Cups coming out, more upright than not. And that feels like that is actually connecting this King of Cups, which is you, Cancer, in reverse, with this Devil energy. Let's see what we have. 2 cards here. Temperance coming out reversed with the Queen of Cups. What is going on? Who are all these people? Well, Cancer, I'm just going to read this the way I'm feeling it because I really do have to feel it this way. This King of Wands feels recent. This King of Wands feels like it is a recent, like I said, within the past year. For some of you, it might be very recent. A situation where you were involved. I feel like this is you right now in the present. Okay, King of Cups reversed. I feel like that's your current energy. You were involved with this Knight of Wands, which is reversed. And it's left you in a state here of, this King of Wands, sorry. It's left you in this state of feeling really stuck looking backwards. But Cancer, I think what's behind this, what was before this, is this Devil reversed. Now, I do just want to say here, I don't typically do this because by the time you do a reading, you have every sign down anyway. I think it's pointless, but I do feel like I need to point out that the Devil here does represent Capricorn. Some of you could have been dealing with a Capricorn or someone who has a lot of Capricorn in their chart. I just feel like I needed to mention that with this card specifically. Connecting your current vibe, I feel more so to this Devil energy, is the 10 of Cups here. It's upright. Cancers, I think whoever was before this most recent person, for you, that was the person that you thought was really the one. And it's almost like when this came to an end with this person, and it's so weird. I cannot read this card energetically. And I mean, that fits in terms of the Devil when it's on its side, because it's all about hidden things. It's all about addiction and when it's upright, right? Okay, let me just walk you guys through this. This is frustrating me so much. I'm sorry, but I don't like it when I can't actually connect it to the energy. And I feel like this person is someone who you cannot read easily. I think that was part of the problem in the relationship that you had with them, because you could not tell where they stood. You could not tell what they felt, because I feel like they hid a lot of their emotions. And I also feel like the connection that you had with this person, it was something that was very intense, and it made a lot of dark aspects of their personality and your personality come to the surface. Okay, I'm saying that because of this Temperance reverse, but also just because I feel it with this card. This was something that was very intense. Keep in mind with this person, with this King of Wands, you have the 10 of Wands come out here. Okay, you have this King of Cups with the Devil, you have the 10 of Cups. That's why I'm saying this ending, this 10 of Wands that you were in, is involved with this King. This ending, this 10 of Cups, is with this Devil. I feel like this Queen of Cups that came out here, Cancer, is actually saying this is more what you were like with this Devil when you were with them. So when you were with this person initially, you had a very deep emotional connection to them. You felt very much like intuitively, you knew that this was someone that you were meant to be with. You felt stable with this person. You felt very secure with this person. This was someone that played a huge part of your life, a huge role in your life. And then something happened. Something happened that threw everything out of balance, this Temperance. And it made this 10 of Cups energy start to be disrupted. And you started to doubt things, and you weren't sure where you stood with this person. So these two things combined for Cancer, I feel is what's going on here. These two reversed sevens. You've been through two. It's like this happened, and then you met someone else. Sorry about that. You met this new person after this painful ending. You met this new person, and it wasn't as intense, and it wasn't as big of a break as this, but you just saw some similar patterns. You just saw some things that made you aware that you had work that you needed to do, that you might attract the same type of person, or you might have the same sorts of problems pop up in relationships, in romantic relationships. And it's left you feeling very much like, I don't know what to do. I don't know how to make this work. I don't know what needs to shift in order to make things work out. I don't know what I need to do. But I want to point out here, you have the 7 of Cups. So 777, okay? But this one is upright. And it's the one that I was saying is connected to the star. So Cancer, the more you can get into this energy and let this Wheel of Fortune actually start to turn in your favor. You have the Star card here with the 7 of Cups. That's good, but you're not seeing it. You're feeling like you have bad luck. You're focused on these two sevens, this energy here, instead of focusing on this 7 that's backed up with the Star card. Okay? You're literally sandwiched between this with this Wheel of Fortune, and you're blocking your own good fortune from being able to come its way towards you. Okay? I'm going to grab a different deck here. This is a fairly complicated situation. I want to explore this Devil with this new deck. Again, just for people who are worried about things. Here's the deck. I'm going to take this part, flip them the opposite direction of how they were, and shuffle. So, cards are going to come out how they want to come out here. Okay. I'm just going to start shuffling through. This is to get clarity, insight, additional information, guidance around the Devil. Why is this Devil on its side? Why is this card energetically so hard to read? Give me insight into the devil energy for Cancer, October 2019. Wow. Okay, well, what we got is what we got. I'm telling you, this person, in terms of, if I had to describe this person, before even looking at these cards that did come out for clarifying with this, Cancer, I get it. I understand why you never really understood where you stood with this person, because I feel like they, number one, they keep things very, very, very guarded deep inside of them, and they don't really speak openly. They don't really share. They're very blocked off. So let's see what we got. We've got 2 cards here in terms of clarifiers. Okay, so this is interesting because you have the 8 of Wands here. It's reversed. And then you have the World card, which has come out upright. I have to go back here also just to remind you, you did have this Page of Coins. And I mentioned briefly that I felt like that really did represent just communication coming in. But since it's on its side, I feel like that is just saying it's not going to be something that comes in right now. It's not something that's happening really soon. This 8 of Wands coming out here reversed instead of being upright, that just confirms that to me. I think that what's going on here is this devil, whoever this person is, I hate referring to them as this devil, but whoever is represented here by the devil, they also, Cancer, honestly, this 10 of Cups, I feel they are looking at the situation and they are closing out. They're not closing out their feelings towards you, but they're closing out their feelings about what happened. They're letting it go. For some of you, this devil being sideways the way that it is represents someone who has cut themselves off from you and has really pulled very deeply inside of themselves. They've pulled their energy very much inward to the point that it's almost like they have gone into the depths of themselves for some of you. And in that situation, this person is beginning to come out of it, meaning they're going to come out and come forward to talk to you about some heavy stuff. Okay? This page feels like communication coming in from this devil. And because it is the Page of Coins, it's going to be something that has some heft to it. It's not necessarily going to be very romantic. It's not going to be very passionate. I don't even know for sure if it's going to have a lot of love, but it's going to be something that is coming from a place of, this has to be discussed. This has to be dealt with before we can even talk about this 10 of Cups. It's something that's underlying this 10 of Cups being able to exist again. Okay, I want to see if we can just look at this Page of Coins and the 8 of Wands. Just both of those they feel connected to communication from this person, and I want to explore them a little bit more. Well, okay. King of Pentacles coming out reversed. I'm so torn here about this, you guys, because when this card came out of the deck, it's sort of like it landed like this ultimately, but it landed like this because it bounced off me. As it was coming towards me, it was coming in this way. I'm going to leave it like this. I'm not wild about this combo. I'm not wild about this reading for you guys. This is just more of that struggle and overwhelmed energy, and it actually feels very much like having to be defensive. And we have another king coming out here. So now we have the King of Cups, the King of Wands, and the King of Pentacles. There's so many energies and so many people here. I'm going to just clarify this King of Pentacles. I'm wondering if it is more insight into this devil energy. Clarify the King of Pentacles in reverse for Cancer, October 2019. Clarify the King of Pentacles. And this devil energy does not want to be explored. I'm just telling you. And I wish that I could just write it off and say that it's just energy. But it's not. That is an actual, it's a person. And it's a person from before this other king. I mean, like nothing. Nothing wants, there we go. We have the Queen of Swords. 7 of Swords. Another 7. 7 of Wands, 7 of Coins, 7 of Swords, 7 of Cups. Cancers. And another Queen. All right. Cancers, let's talk about this. This Queen of Swords here, Cancer, feels very heavily associated with you. This card speaks to a very honest, very direct, very independent, very it's an energy of someone who has set boundaries and demands that those boundaries be respected. And right now, what you have is you find yourself as this King of Cups reversed, where you used to be, your card is here. This card represents Cancer. This Queen of Cups represents Cancer. But you used to be that in this older relationship before this one. This relationship left you as the King of Cups reversed. Again, with that, I feel like it's just left you cut off. It's left you focused on your own inner feelings. I don't necessarily think that you're doing any of the negative things like manipulation or, being super moody that can be associated with that King of Cups reversed. It's just you've pulled yourself inward. The way for you to get out of this, the way for you to get closure on this, the way for you to shut off all of this is some intense energy here. Okay, all of these 7s. And this 7 coming out upright doesn't really make it any better because this represents deep betrayal. Someone that you feel, had no consequences to pay for what they did. They got away with murder, basically. Someone who was deceptive towards you. This King of Pentacles feels like it was this devil energy. Cancers, you're going to have to come in and be in this vibe, this Queen of Swords. And I think that this might be hard for some Cancers because this requires you to detach yourself from your emotions, detach yourself from your feelings, and really look at the situation from a mental space and judge it. To really step back from all of the emotional aspects of it so that you can judge this from a logical mental place. And then you have to communicate that. And I think the communication has to be with this person that's represented here with this Knight of Pentacles and this Devil on its side. Again, I've tried to get more on this person, but if this reading has resonated with you and you've made it this far, you know who this person is because you had something that felt very serious. You can't even explain why you're still drawn to this person. I don't understand why you are either, to be quite honest with you, because I feel like they are someone who, I feel like they played games. I feel like they were not stable. They were not secure. But you keep finding yourself thinking back to them. And even, this is what this is. Even trying something new with this new person, this didn't work. I feel like, honestly, now that we've gone through this reading a little bit more, It's almost like you tried something with this King of Wands reversed because you just wanted to see if it would help you get over this stuff. Maybe this was one of the options that you had and you explored it, but you found yourself just constantly looking back. These two things here, these two fives, think they go with these sevens around this thing that happened before this one. Okay. This feels very trivial in comparison to this vibe, because I feel like you do still look at this person, and even though they're King of Pentacles reversed with the Devil on its side, you still look at them and you have this Ten of Cups type of energy. It's leaving you in all this pain. It's preventing you from seeing the potential good that you have here. You just sort of find yourself unable to move out of it. You're going to have a conversation here, and you're going to have to be really honest and tell this person all of this pain, because you feel like they are getting away with this. You feel like they aren't having to have any sort of consequence for what they did. Okay, so I think for those of you who are still with me, until you have this conversation, until you confront this person and you bring all of this to them and you speak your truth, you're stuck in this. You're stuck. Everything here feels very stuck. You have these two fives, these sevens. You have all of this energy around this person. Even though you have the World, you have the Star. Where you're at really is this Wheel of Fortune, feeling like you have bad luck, that you're just cursed. This speaks to delays. I don't like this reading. And it's not that I don't think the reading has been informative. It has been informative. I just don't like that you're in this energy. I wish that there was something that I could get in terms of the cards to try to give you something here. I'm going to try one more time. I have a different deck here. I'm going to try one more time to see if I can get some information around the Page of Coins and this Eight of Wands reversed, which again feels like that communication. But every time I try to tune into this other person, I keep getting cards that are focused on you, not them. I want to get information regarding the communication from this Devil, this King of Pentacles in reverse. Okay. Just going to shuffle through and see what wants to come out. That one flew out. Three of Wands here, it's come out reversed. You have Judgment coming out sideways. Both of these two are just absolutely a feeling of just not coming forward. This person is not coming forward right now. It's all delayed. And maybe that's part of the thing. Maybe Cancer, let's see what this other card is here. Queen of Swords reversed. Yeah. Okay. You have the Queen of Swords upright, the Queen of Swords reversed. Until this Queen of Swords is upright, all of this is stuck. This king is not going to come forward to communicate, and I feel like you absolutely are not going to move forward to communicate with this person. I do feel like that for those of you who are listening to me, it's up to them. Like I just heard that. It's up to them. I'm not going to go to them. I feel like maybe in the past you tried a lot with this person. You tried a lot to get this person to communicate, to have a dialogue, to reconnect, and then you finally got to a point where you gave up on it and you've walked away and you left it in a place of, if they ever come to me, I'll listen. But right now, that's not going to work, because this person is Cancer. You are stuck. You're stuck in terms of this connection. And even though you feel like you've put it in the past and you've moved on, you didn't actually move on from it energetically. You're still very much emotionally and energetically tethered to this person and to this event. And because there hasn't been judgment passed on it, because you have not managed to get this judgment, and the fact that you've not managed to have that moment where this was actually discussed, right? Judgment's on its side. you need to embody this Queen of Swords upright, but you're in the Queen of Swords reversed. Okay, so your emotions are in control here. And you're not really detached from this. You've just cut yourself off from your own emotions because you don't want to feel it. But there's a difference between cutting yourself off from your own emotions and actually cutting ties to the event that caused the emotions. The way that you cut off that connection is by dealing with these emotions, speaking your truth, owning the truth, acknowledging the situation for what it was, having judgment on the situation. Okay? This Three of Wands reverse just represents working on your own, not connecting with other people. I'm going to go through one more time. There's really no point. The same message is coming through here over and over and over. We're probably just going to get more sevens, to be honest with you, if I keep pushing it. We have one that flipped here. Let's see what that is. We have the Princess of Wands. This represents the Page of Wands. It did come out upright. This, I feel, this is interesting to me, the Cancer, and I'm going to tell you why. For this card, one of the things that this card can represent is someone who is a very free-spirited type of energy. And I think that this is your path. This is your pathway forward to getting to this Queen of Swords. And it ties back to this, okay? This Star card with this Seven of Cups and the Princess of the Page or the Princess of Wands. If you can just, okay, look, rise above all this stuff. Like, all of this just feels like just such heavy, intense, low vibe energy, Cancer. All of it. The only real hope that I have here, because everything else, like the World card and, you know, the things that had some good energy here, they're just being drowned out by all this other stuff. And so this Queen can't exist in this. This Queen could be the end result of this, right? Of getting yourself connected to healing, rebuilding your life, finding your purpose, tapping back into your spirituality, leaning into hope, and having faith that if you just explore some of these possibilities, if you focus on some of the opportunities that are in front of you and make some choices around that, just be careful that you're not wearing rose-colored glasses when you make these decisions. Really look at them honestly. But I feel like you have so much that you could be doing to make your life feel different that doesn't involve having to have this conversation with this person. There's so much that you could be doing differently. There's so many things that you could do that would break you out of all this stuff. But you're not focused on that. You're focused on this. You're focused on the lack of closure that you have here. But all of these cards are just saying it's not going to close out. It's not going to be something that you get resolution with for a while. So the more that you can step into this free-spirited Princess of Wands, Page of Wands vibe and just start living your life, realizing that there are so many other areas of your life that you can focus on that aren't around this romantic part, that's how you're going to shift and how you'll ultimately step into this Queen of Swords energy. And once you get into this Queen of Swords energy, then all of this stuff gets dealt with. Because you stop waiting for this other person to come forward and you go in and you say what you need to say. You come in and you deliver the message that has been on your mind. All of this stuff, you get to speak all of this to this person. And that's when you really get to the place where you're free of this. This closes out. Finally, this closes out. And you're removed from all of this stuff that has just kept you stuck here. I have my Oracle deck. I do want to just pull at least one for you guys because this has been heavy. These heavier readings, I always feel like, I don't know, I want to give you guys something to see if I can uplift you or help you in some way. I think I just want to feel my way through this for you guys. See which one feels like it wants to come out. I'm actually going to do two. there's one back here. This one. Okay. So Cancer, let's see what has come out from the Oracle deck. So first up, you have my outer experiences are a reflection of my internal condition. Very true here. You know, if this is what you guys are holding on to internally, this is the energy that's going on inside you. Your outer world is going to reflect that. That's why I'm saying if you can shift your own internal feelings to one of hope, optimism, being free-spirited, having fun, focusing on the multiple things you can do to make your life feel different, to look more like how you want it to look, do that. Last card here. This is one of my favorite cards from this Oracle deck. So instead of praying for an outcome, I pray for the highest good for all. This is something that I do talk about fairly in depth if this card ever comes out when I do my personal readings. Also, just look how this just looks like it flows very nicely. Very often we get stuck on wanting one outcome. And I feel like Cancer, that's where you're at with this person. You've been focused on trying to get this person, whoever this person is, to either come forward or to free yourself of the feelings that you have towards them. And that's been your sole focus. And because of that, it's kept you stuck in it. And nothing that you've done in terms of even this other person, trying to distract yourself with this person who's more recent, has really gotten you out of this. You kept getting these 7s. You have these 5s. You know, like cycles aren't closing out. The luck's not working out in your favor. And it's because you've been stuck on one outcome. You want to have this resolved. So instead of trying to have that one outcome, shifting your own energy to say, you know what? I want what's best for me, and I want what's best for them, and I want what's best for them. All of these people, I just want all of us to be happy. I want us all to be thriving. And whatever that is, whatever the highest good is, as long as I want that, then if this person comes back and I know that I've been in this space of wanting the best for them, wanting the best for myself, and the universe brings them back into my life, then I can trust. I can trust that this person is coming in for my good. I can trust this 10 of Cups. I can not focus so much on this King of Pentacles reversed. I can see who they really are because they will come forward and show me the truth. I won't have to guess anymore with them. I'll have judgment. It won't be blocked about this person. But that's only if you're holding the highest good for both you and for them. If you hold the highest good for yourself and for this person and the universe doesn't bring them back into your life, then the two of you were not meant to be. There is someone else or there is something else that is for your higher good, something better than this. And that's what you should be moving towards. Okay? So really think about that, Cancer. And the more you can shift your energy away from the past, away from this, up into this vibration, these 3 cards. If you want to look more, read up about the Star upright, read up about the 7 of Cups upright, read up about the Page of Wands upright, research that. Figure out how you can live your life more in this energy, okay? But the most important aspect of this is it's the fun. It's the fun and realizing how much you have under your control. This person is not under your control. You cannot control them. You cannot make them feel a certain way. You cannot make them change how they are. You cannot make them do anything. You can't make them love you. You can't make them admit to anything. You can't make them feel guilty. You have no control over this person because they are their own person. You have control over a lot, though, and you can really impact that. You have a lot that's supporting you, and you can actually start to move yourself into a very empowered energy. Okay? So, I'm going to switch you guys back over. Cancers, I feel like I need to give you guys a hug. I wish that there was more I could tell you, but hopefully that reading resonated. Hopefully you're at the end here, you're at least feeling a little bit optimistic or supported. I do love you guys, and I feel like you actually have a lot of people in your lives that love you and want to be there for you. I think that's part of that that's part of what I think you can focus on to make things start to feel different, is just realizing how many people you have around you. Yeah, I wish the reading had been a little bit lighter for you guys, but it's the reading that was supposed to go out there. So for whoever it finds, whoever this resonated with, just know that I'm sending you tons of love, tons of energy, tons of healing. I think that you can do this. Absolutely. And let me know in the comments what you guys thought. I try my best to get into the comments within a couple of days, at least, of the videos being up. It's a little bit challenging when I'm filming and I'm doing personal readings, but I do try to go in there. And I do like hearing from you guys. So leave me a comment. Let me know what stood out to you, what made sense. If this reading didn't resonate with you, but you still listened through to the end just because you were curious, I will try my best to connect with you for the next reading. I'm going to actually just put some videos up. I'll put them up on either side here. And maybe that can give you some additional insight. I'll try to pick some that will just leave it up to you guys what you pick. But just pick one of those. You can go see if you can get a little bit more. I tried my best during this reading. If you want a personal reading to explore this, you can email me, KeaghanTarot@gmail.com. And if you're not subscribed to the channel, please take a moment to do so. I love you guys, and I'll see you soon.